Hi everyone, my name is Liz, and I have been asked by a really close friend of mine to start a vlog on my opinions and help people out as much as possible and see what I can do for you guys. So, a little disclaimer, I am not a psychologist. I have no training in psychology. I have some minor background in psychology as far as a little bit of schooling, but nothing to call myself a psychologist or anything like that. I view myself as a person who just wants to help others in life. So that's what I'm here for. And I'm really excited to start vlogging for you guys and helping you out as much as possible, as well as helping myself out and others around me. So today, he has asked me to talk a little bit about health and mental happiness are something that come with time, and it takes a long time to get into your brain to make sure that you are happy. Happiness actually equals healthiness, which is really strange for people to think about. When you're happy, you're actually healthier than you really think you are. Even if you're sick, being happy actually produces chemicals within your brain to help you start healing. This can mean just something like going out and having soup. Soup for me when I'm sick makes me happy. I love soup. It's my favorite meal to go to when I'm sick. And after I have that soup, I feel so much better just because I feel good. It makes me happy that I had it, and it's making me feel better in the end. And there is a connection with that. A lot of people have done research, so scientists, neurologists, psychologists, and even doctors have done studies on how people react when they're happy versus when they're unhappy. If you've noticed in yourself, stress can cause sickness. I know when I'm really, really stressed, I can usually get very sick. And my sicknesses can be anywhere from 1 to 2 weeks up until 7 or 8 weeks. And that can be really stressful. And the problem is, when I get really stressed, I get really sick. When I'm very happy in my life, I actually have a tendency to be a lot healthier in my life. Now, how do we get to that point of being happy in our lives to make sure that our mental happiness and our mental health is good? That is something that is completely up to you. It is something that you have to come up with by yourself. Now, there are people who have done studies on happiness and how it helps and how to create that happiness within your life. A lot of people have a tendency to think that pleasure equals happiness, which in all aspects of it, yes, it does. Having a piece of cake is really good for you, in a sense, but that only lasts till the end of the cake, till you finish eating. And so, what do we do after the cake is gone? What do we do after our small little stint of pleasure is gone? So, when I say pleasure, I do mean things like eating cake, going to the movies, having sex even. Those cause little stints of happiness because you're excited about it. It creates things within you to make things feel better. But in the end, they only last a certain amount of time. Afterwards, you have to think, how do I keep myself happy afterwards? I'll tell you this, happiness is broken up into different portions. You are happiest with your friends. You're happiest with your family, with your significant other, with giving to others as well. Now, a lot of the times, especially with myself, I have a tendency to be very secluded in the way that I want to be happy. I'm actually happiest by myself. Although I'm very happy with friends, I do have a tendency to like to be by myself to clear my head, and that makes me happy when people are not pressuring me to do anything. And so it's really good for me to be alone, and that's what makes me happy. For you, it could be going out and being with friends or walking around. A lot of people like hiking, meditating, going out for a bike ride, car ride even. It doesn't have to be physical. It could be going and doing something, but you need to make sure that it lasts a good chunk of time. This will help your brain start to think of happier memories. Bring up the good in your life and make sure that you are on the right track to happiness. Now, as far as physical happiness, we can do a lot of things for physical happiness. My form of physical happiness is being able to step on a scale and see that I've lost weight. Or my sister's happiness is being able to come home and kiss her boyfriend. That's a physical happiness. And those are very different than mental happiness. Physical happiness and mental happiness do collide in a way. And there are things that can help, not prevent, can help those happinesses help you. So, with physical happiness, it does cause mental happiness, but again, it's very, very short period of time. We need to make sure that our mental happiness is something that stays with us for long periods of time. Now, how do we cause more of that? And I did talk a little bit about how we can go out and go on a bike ride or go hiking or something like that. There's also little things throughout the day. So for instance, you're at work. Your boss is telling you to do something and you've got 6 other things you have to do at the same time. What do you do to make yourself get through this and stay happy about it? Prioritize. Everything in your life has a priority to you, no matter what. It could be, oh, I gotta type up this paper for school, but I also need to make sure that I get my homework done for this other class as well. Prioritize it. Make sure that you are keeping yourself in a schedule so you stay happy within that schedule. Don't push it off to the last minute. I'm just as notorious for that. When I was in school, I pushed papers off to the last minute. I would type up my 10-page paper one day before. And that is not good. It's not healthy because I would then stress for the whole entire day until my paper was due and then stress afterwards because I didn't think I did good on my paper. So, what you do is you prioritize. I'll give you an example. At work, I have 4 bosses. I have 4 different people who hand me different things and tell me to do them right away. In my mind, the priority is who gave it to me first. So say, for instance, boss number 1 hands me a really important paper and says, I need it done by 2 o'clock. Okay, I'm going to start it. So you start your paper, get it done, or even try to get it done. Boss number 2 comes around, drops something off on your desk and says, I need this within an hour. Okay, that's obviously more important as it's going to take less time to do. Get that done. In that time, say boss number 4, not 3, 4, comes by and drops this huge stack of papers on your desk and says, I need these copied. Doesn't give you a time frame, but it sounds urgent. Make sure you ask. Make sure you tell them, okay, I'm in the middle of 2 other things that are rather important. When does this need to be done? Now, I know that sounds kind of silly in the fact that you don't know why you're asking that question or why it should be important to ask it, but in the end, it helps you. That's the thing, is it needs to help you in the end. Yes, you're getting work done for your bosses, but you need to help yourself in the beginning. So, we're going to get boss 2's number work done as fast as possible because there is a tight deadline on it. And boss number 1's project can be done just after that, depending on how long it has. If boss number 4 comes by and says, hey, I really need that paperwork done again, that's when it needs to be a little more important to you to get it done. However, you're still prioritizing what needs to get done first. So you're not putting off that school paper till the last minute. You're getting it done little chunk at a time. In the end, yeah, it seems very stressful. It seems very hard on your head to make sure that you're getting stuff done, and that's sometimes really hard to do. But in the end, you're done. It's done in a timely manner. You got it done correctly. That's the mental happiness in the end, is making sure that your brain knows that you're doing good. I know I've been rambling on, and I really appreciate everybody sticking around till the end. if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or subjects you would like to talk about in the future, feel free to comment in the comment section below. Until next week, it was great seeing you guys.